So, hi everybody. If you were here already, I apologize for there was some interruption. I had this going twice and it kept kicking out. I don't know what happened. This technical stuff, I don't totally understand. Next time I will have an Ethernet cable hooked up and not use Wi-Fi. This Wi-Fi seems to be kind of temperamental. There was a door opened and a person outside using a weed whacker, and suddenly the Wi-Fi broke. So I don't know why that is. Extra vibration messed it up or something, right? So something in the cosmos would let the Wi-Fi work. So being I'm not a real technical person, what I understand is having a cable attached to the modem, and that will work without it breaking so easy. So next Sunday, I will for sure have an Ethernet cable and have this attached. I don't want disruption, unplanned disruptions here if I can avoid. So anyway, you're probably looking at my bookshelf resource pile. There's many good things in there, but it's not so photogenic, you might say. I wouldn't set it up that way for a picture because from a distance it really looks like it's horrible. But many good books and things in there. So I lost some of my steam, but I was overviewing the Permaculture Designer's Manual by Bill Mollison and read some of that just before the live stream broke. And because of, it said bad internet connection, what have you. So frustrating. So I just got it back. I don't know why it wouldn't, but it wouldn't go. It took 15 minutes to get me back. Anyway, that's the technical world. When everything works well, it's great. But it doesn't always work well. And unless you're some kind of a programmer, that's when your troubles begin. Trying to figure out what went wrong, why. Many times I don't have a clue. I'd rather just be, planting stuff in the yard, burying seeds. I'm trying to think what to do. I'm going to close the blinds because it will at least minimize some of the outside noise, I think. Hopefully that noise, whatever, doesn't break the stream. So I'm thinking, even I call this a permaculture overview. Let's look at chapter 1 of Permaculture, a Designer's Manual by Bill Mollison. I'm pretty sure there's some copyright things going on here, but I don't read it word for word. And I just give you an idea. I'm gonna skip through some of this. We're in the preface part, and I'm going to skip down to, it says, permaculture defined and its use. Permaculture defined and its use. Permaculture is a word coined by the author. Its copyright is vested in the Permaculture Institutes and their College of Graduates. Guarded by them for their purposes of consistent education. Permaculture, which means permanent agriculture, is the conscious design and maintenance of agriculturally productive ecosystems which have the diversity, stability, and resilience of natural ecosystems. It is the harmonious integration of landscape and people providing their food, energy, shelter, and other material and non-material needs in a sustainable way. Without permanent agriculture, there is no possibility of a stable social order. Permaculture design is a system of assembling conceptual, material, and strategic components in a pattern which functions to benefit life in all its forms. So that's a little bit of an overview of the permaculture concept. Okay, what it's about. And in here they talk about the story of the cover of the book. Yeah, boring. I don't want to get into that. So in the introduction, let me say this. Let me skip down to the prime directive of permaculture. The only ethical decision is to take responsibility for our own existence and that of our children. Okay, so it says make it now in bold print. Principles of cooperation. Cooperation, not competition, is the very basis of existing life systems and of future survival. And let's jump down here instead of, I could read word for word. There's a lot of words. Heck, that's a lot of reading. Let's cut to the core principles and concepts here. Ethics, the ethical basis of permaculture. Care of the earth. 2, care of the people. 3, setting limits on population and consumption. Some people just call that share. Okay, so they have earth care, people care, share the surplus, some folks call. So that's why. Anyway, number 3, on number 3, setting limits to population and consumption, it says, by governing our own needs, we can set resources aside to further the above principles, which are earth care and people care. Okay, so in other words, any so-called surplus, excess, we apply to the first 2 principles. So that's what that's all about. And seeing as I don't have anybody here, and this is the second time doing the stream, and I kind of covered some of the basics, I'm going to call it a day, and we'll try to get some followers on here next time. Until then, peace and permaculture.